Hello and welcome back to another Wisdom for the Weekend. And so I wanted to just share something with you that I recently heard. And I believe it's a quote from Carolyn Meese. I'm not sure if you know who she is. She's a spiritual leader. She's been around for a long time. She's got many books. And I'm going to tell you why this resonated with me in a minute, but this is her quote. One of the greatest sources of pain for almost all of us is the giant misconception that we deserved a great childhood. Now, if you have a childhood that was less than or a very difficult one, then you may want to listen up. So, recently, I'm going to share this with you. I've thought more than ever about my relationship with my father growing up. And my father was never really around when I was growing up. And I never really got the attention that I felt like I really wanted from him. I remember being really young, like 5 years old, and sitting he would go to work and I would sit in his closet and I would just cry for him. And I would sit on the floor of his closet and just like smell his clothes and just cry and cry that he went to work. I loved him so much. And of course, I still love him today. But I never felt, I never felt like I got the love or the attention that I really wanted back then. And I feel like it's affected me, even as an adult woman. And I was thinking about this the other day, like, who would I be today if I had the attention of my father, if I could come home and discuss what was going on with me and really have him listen to me. And it's a little heartbreaking, and I started thinking, like, who would I be? Would I be a different woman today? I've sort of noticed a little bit of a pattern in my relationships. And I sort of seek attention. Like I need, if it's someone I'm dating, I feel like I'm needing some extra attention. And I really don't like that. And so when I heard this quote, one of the greatest sources of pain for almost all of us is the giant misconception that we deserved a great childhood. And I know a lot of us, maybe not a lot. I don't know how many of you maybe have similar issues or worse things that have happened, other tragic things that could have happened. And I know it's not a tragic thing. My father wasn't really present. I mean, it goes a little deeper than that. But overall, he wasn't a really present father. And, my mom was very present and she was there. And, but it sort of was a little heartbreaking for me to start thinking about. And when I read this, it kind of made me feel a little bit of relief. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess one, I'm not the only one. Number two, it's okay. Like, I think as an adult woman, it's time to sort of transform that pain into something else, sort of realize that that's what happened. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to go back and change anything. And, maybe your parents or one of your parents weren't really present and you're absolutely fine. It doesn't even faze you or bother you. And not that it necessarily like bothers me on a daily basis, but I don't even remember what reason, but I really started thinking about this lately. And so I just wanted to send this message out today for any one of you who may be sort of feeling the same way. And I want to just say that you don't have to be sort of, I guess, plagued by this for the rest of your life. Like, oh, my father wasn't really there, and so now look at me. And I don't want that for you. I don't really want that for me either. And I'm sort of working through it and just thinking of it as, okay, well, you know what? He really wasn't there, but I'm an adult woman. And that was a long time ago. And I'm not the only one out there that sort of feels probably very similar. And I'm going to sort of work through it and just sort of kind of transform this. And I don't want that to determine who we are as people, that we can heal that we can move forward and sort of get through to the other side. Like, yeah, you know what? That was something that happened a long time ago. But I've worked through it. I healed it. I'm on the other side of it. It doesn't affect me anymore. It is what it is, and it happened. And now I'm moving on. I'm not allowing it to sort of control my life and affect me now, like 40 plus years later. So I just wanted to share that with you in case it was something that you as well have been thinking about or have thought about and not really sure how to deal with it. But you're not alone. And I think we can all work on it and get to the other side and heal that. Let's just all heal that. Let's just forgive our parents, or our fathers or our mothers. You know, they did the best that they could at the time. So, and I just have to remind myself that he was working to provide for us and to keep food on the table and a roof over our head. And maybe he wasn't there for me emotionally or physically, but he did other really important things too. So just one day at a time. And that's it. I hope you have the most beautiful, beautiful weekend. Thank you so much for listening. I love and appreciate you. Bye for now.